Just watch this.
Do not get discouraged. Not everybody will be happy for you. Not everybody will support you. Do not seek validation from your haters. You must always be a trendsetter and do not compete with anyone. Because if you compete, you run a risk of losing. As you look at a human being buying a bracelet of 450,000 and you think you can beat that, you don't know where that money comes from. You only know about your money. I always tell my son that I'm the richest man in the world. And he says, Dad, what do you mean? I say, I only know my bank balance. I don't want to know any other person's bank balance. After knowing it, what must I do with it? I don't care who's got which car. After knowing what must happen, I must buy that which my heart desire, not because I compete with someone else. Because competition is what is going to land us into trouble. Move at your own pace. Do not compete. Be a trendsetter. When you do that, you have no pressure. But let me tell you, if there is a wealth you are enjoying today, and it was accumulated within a short space of time, you must know you will never enjoy it. A proper wealth is a one that you must sweat and work for it. So much that when you lose power and you retreat to your farm, no one follows you at your farm. Because that time you are old, you have no power, you can't bribe this one, you can't do anything. That's the time when they come for you, when it is time to enjoy that wealth. Because business is not popcorns. It's something that you build in your mind, you conceptualize it, and you realize it, and see it grow. It is only when you can stay in Johannesburg, and you have business in Polokwane, and you don't have to be in Polokwane for your business to run, then you must know I've got business. But if you can't leave your business, because when you leave, it is likely to collapse, it's not business, it's self-employment. You ought to make sure that you build businesses that are sustainable and self-sufficient. Political power is not permanent. Doesn't matter how good President Mbeki was, it came to an end. Doesn't matter how President Zuma did for us all, it came to an end. You get millions and millions of money. You can't even show us an apartment that you bought, not as a home, but as an investment. Once you don't make money out of it, it's a liability. You have to put money where money is going to come from.
Malema.
But those who conceptualize business, those are the people that I respect and I always celebrate. Let's go and get every child to school. I want us to spend money on education. I want us to identify, all of us here, children who have nothing to do with us, and say, this one, I'm going to take to school until she graduates and hire her in my firm because I'm a business person. You give them education, you give them permanent solution to poverty and inequality. Without education, all of this is artificial intervention. If you guys had given us free education in 1994, we're going to build our own houses because we are educated. We need free. Why free education? Because Verwoerd said, why do you give an African child mathematics? What is an African child going to do with mathematics? They said you can't be taught mathematics because mathematics comes with high positions. And high positions were reserved for white people. That's why they said, what are they going to do with mathematics? We need to go back and invest in education and liberate the mind of an African child, decolonize education that teach Africans to be proud of themselves and not Africans who worship borders and say they hate colonialism and apartheid, but love borders which were brought to us by colonizers. And argue about borders as if there is a country in the world that succeeded economically because it had a fence. In your home, you've got a fence and you are poor. Why is the fence not helping you at home if fence means success? Why are we obsessed with hating each other as Africans instead of working together? There are so many opportunities all over Africa which you deny yourself because of the fence. And you know the fence,
Malema.
Southern Africa is some madness. Because really there's no fence, but there is a gate. Have you ever seen a person with a yard putting a gate but there's no fence? And every time when he enters that yard, he opens the gate and even lock it. That's us. There's no fence in Lesotho. There's no fence in Zimbabwe. Hate me for what you want. I will never preach the division of African people. If it's going to cost me vote, let it be, because I will never be voted for by xenophobic individuals. Someone stood up in a meeting I was speaking and he said, they took our jobs. I said, after the meeting, come to me. Let's go fetch the job that they took from you. The person has never worked in his entire life, but they took his job. You don't have jobs because the economy is not growing. Not because Zimbabweans are here. Once they tell you the economy is not growing, then you must know there will never be jobs. The growing economy shows itself through the creation of jobs. Don't listen to the story of Zimbabweans and Lesotho. Just look at the economic indicators as to whether our economy is growing or not. And if they say we are not growing, then you should know we are going to be in a crisis of jobs. If you can sell your brother, the buyer has got no reason to trust you because you are unreasonable. So always stand true to your brother and always have their back.
And whatever he says is correct. Yes, that is why I love Julius Malema especially. So, thank you for watching. For more news and updates like this, don't forget to subscribe on this channel and turn on the bell so that when next I publish a new video, you will get notification. See you in my next upload, and bye for now.